let's start with the big question. Are plug-in hybrids actually the wisest choice in today's economy? A standard hybrid, or HEV, has a tiny 1 to 1.5 kilowatt-hour battery. You can't even plug it in. It just captures braking energy to save you a little bit of gas. Now, on the totally opposite end of the spectrum, you have the BEV, or battery electric vehicle. That features a massive 60 to 100 kilowatt-hour battery that powers literally everything. The PHEV sits right smack in the middle with an 18 to 25 kilowatt-hour battery. A PHEV actually has two separate power sources and two separate motors. The battery is beefed up enough that you can drive roughly 30 to 50 miles entirely on electricity. But the absolute game changer here is that when the battery dies, the gas engine just seamlessly takes over. It completely eliminates that dreaded range anxiety that so often scares people away from fully electric vehicles.
Now that we understand the tech, let's talk money. Because as any smart buyer knows, you have to look at the total lifecycle cost, right? Not just the sticker price sitting on the dealership window. This 5-year total cost of ownership data for a mid-sized SUV in 2026 is absolutely eye-opening. Look at this. The BEV and the standard HEV are pretty much neck and neck, hovering right around $59,000. But the PHEV, it's sitting at nearly $65,000. So despite the whole promise of fuel savings, the plug-in hybrid is actually the most expensive option over a 5-year period. It has a higher initial purchase price than a standard hybrid, and the maintenance costs really add up.
PHEVs lose about 45 to 50% of their value in just 3 years. Used car buyers are frankly terrified of the complexity. Think about it. Having two powertrains literally means double the points of failure. J.D. Power's 2026 data shows PHEVs are the most problematic powertrain out there, logging 39 more problems per 100 vehicles than the average. Plus, over 5 years, you're looking at around 9 separate service visits. You still have to do all the standard gas engine maintenance like oil changes and spark plugs, but on top of that, you have high voltage system checks. Okay, let's talk about the environmental realities, because the green credentials of a plug-in hybrid actually depend entirely on one highly unpredictable variable: human behavior. Uncharged PHEV, it drops down to only 28 miles per gallon. Why the big drop? Because the driver is basically dragging around 300 kilograms of dead battery weight everywhere they go. If you don't plug it in, a plug-in hybrid is actually significantly worse for the environment, and honestly for your wallet, than just buying a standard non-plug-in hybrid. But we definitely have to objectively present the flip side here. If drivers actually do plug them in every day, PHEVs are fantastic for a completely different environmental reason. They use 3 to 5 times fewer critical minerals than a full battery electric vehicle. In a world where battery supply chains are under massive strain, you can build up to 5 plug-in hybrids using the exact same amount of lithium and cobalt that goes into just one long-range EV. So they can actually be highly efficient tools for electrification, but only if they're used the right way. Let's look at some specific UK models to see this in action. The VW Tiguan PHEV costs nearly £5,800 more than the fully electric VW ID4. The Ford Kuga PHEV, that's over £4,000 more than the Explorer EV. The MG HS PHEV is £3,400 more than the MG S5. In fact, 8 out of 10 of the best-selling PHEVs in the UK cost significantly more to buy than full EVs. It really turns the expected pricing model completely upside down. Manufacturers claim a PHEV costs about £540 a year to run. But real-world data? It shows it actually hits £1,030. Because drivers use the gas engine way more than the lab tests assume, PHEVs in the UK actually cost about £620 more per year to run than a full EV. And that's especially true when you factor in those cheap off-peak home charging rates that pure electric vehicle owners take advantage of. As we've seen throughout this explainer, there is absolutely no universally best powertrain. You really just have to match the tech to your actual life. If you want bulletproof reliability and great resale value without ever having to think about plugging in, the standard HEV is your clear winner. If you want the lowest possible daily running costs, minimal maintenance, and you've got a driveway to charge in, the full BEV is fantastic. And the PHEV? Well, it's the ultimate tool for that specific driver who wants electric daily commutes, but absolutely requires the flexibility of a gas tank for unpredictable long drives. So I want to leave you with this one final provocative thought. Forget all the marketing hype. Forget those edge case road trips you take maybe once a decade. What does your normal Tuesday actually look like? And which of these 3 powertrains truly fits that reality? If you evaluate your own lifestyle honestly before you ever walk into a dealership, you are going to make the wisest choice for your economy. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer today, and I'll see you next time.